Hey everybody, Mike from Granola Arcade here. Just wanted to do a little development vlog diary video type thing. This is an unscripted little experiment I'm doing. I just got a lot of projects in motion right now. I've got a lot of new stuff coming out fairly soon, and I wanted to kind of go over some of that. So some disclaimers here. Everything I'm going to show you is not finished. I don't really have firm timelines or ideas of when this is going to come out, but I just have a big backlog of stuff that's been coming through the pipeline lately that I'm just kind of excited to share with you. So, just again, this is an unscripted video, no strict timelines, no prices, nothing super firm in this video, and a lot of unfinished, not marketing ready stuff that I plan on showing you here. But just to kind of kick it off here, what you're looking at is a big summit. This is not just any big summit though. This is using the new platform that I'm going to be using for all of my controllers going forward that makes some improvements to the experience with the summit in general. So here's the new PCB that's inside of here. It is now rectangular. I'm going back to a more kind of standard PCB shape. What I was able to do, the reason why the current Summit has a more wedge-shaped PCB is to reduce the surface area contact that happens on these two sides. And the idea is to make it easier for you to put the PCB in the top of the controller and to get it out. In practice, the sort of thinner wedge-shaped design gets stuck and jammed quite easily in the case, and it can become quite difficult to get in and out, for me, for anybody else. And so what I've actually done is I have redesigned the case internals to have minimized surface contact. There's actually some more complicated geometry inside of here now. Nothing I can really show you on camera here, but basically there's like a squiggly line that runs down this side and this side. And from here, inserting the PCB is quite a bit easier, really takes no effort at all. If I was planning this video a little bit better, I would show you the process, but I promise you that it's significantly easier to do with this new PCB design. I've also made some tinier improvements here and there with the internals of the electronics. A couple electrical engineering things that I've learned over my time working on this stuff that I've incorporated in here. Now there's a real button for the boot cell mode. Anyone who's used the kind of existing pin method, your finding paperclip days are over. I now have this latest, greatest technology called a button on here. So this is the new platform that I'll use for a number of controllers going forward, the Summit and the Big Summit. I haven't released this yet, although it is ready, it is done. The only thing is I want to sell through my existing stock of the Summit PCBs and make sure that everything is working here over the long term. I've been testing it, but I just want to make sure that it works over an extended period of time. So I've got some nice graphics on this PCB here, as well as a couple other interesting things that maybe we'll talk about a little bit later. Okay, next, let's take this away. Next thing I want to show you is the Summit D-pad edition. This is a new PCB, although it uses the same general new PCB architecture that I talked about. It's rectangular. There's the complicated geometry on the inside here that lets the PCB slide in and out really easily. We've got some 3D printed button caps here for the D-pad. I'm kind of experimenting with these to see how they'll work. Unfortunately, I thought this would be ready for release very, very soon, but I screwed up something on this PCB. I won't talk in detail about that in this video, but I have to order another batch. In ordering another batch, I can also incorporate a little bit of changes and feedback. I'm going to take this button and actually move it to here and make it a 30 millimeter button, the larger size button. The idea would be you can play with your fingers like this and have a nice button that you can press with your thumb here. It's a little bit easier than this pinky button here. But otherwise, this is the exact same concept as the Summit, but in a smaller form factor and with a nice little D-pad direction here. Other people kind of prefer the WASD layout, and I wanted to give them an option here as well as something that was even more portable. This thing is really small. Okay, that's the next new thing. Next up, something really exciting. I am working on a platform fighter controller. This is the Granola Plateau. This uses the same internals and basic architecture as the Summit, but in a platform fighter layout with Haybox firmware. So I'm not quite sure which fork of Haybox I'm going to use. I would like to have WASD support, as this layout has here. There's a couple hurdles I need to jump through to deal with that. The other thing is the PCBs that I designed, I need to make some changes to make them N64 and GameCube compatible. Right now it's just going to work with Switch and PC. So I'll do that in the next PCB revision, and that'll be the main version that I sell. I will probably sell these PCBs at a discount for Switch and PCB only support. It may also be missing this additional up or D-pad toggle button. I'm not quite sure exactly what I will and will not be able to do. So, you know, some firmware changes, some hardware changes are needed for this, but this one is coming pretty soon. That is the platform fighter that controller that I am working on. And then one more project left, just one. So you may have noticed on this PCB, this new PCB design, that there are some holes here, 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 and here. These are actually meant for kind of pegs to go through. For stabilizing a different way of handling cases. So rather than having this PCB inserted into the top of a case, for a certain type of layout, I am thinking about having something like this gray case here, with the PCB inserted over the top, laid in very similarly. You'll see these ports and things laid out the same way that you would on my other controllers. Then you take a plate, not unlike this one, insert it over the top here, put your switches in place here, and then put any artwork that you want here, and then have one final layer that goes on top for acrylics. So this is going to be the art case design for the Summit. I'm not sure, this one is a little bit earlier in the process, but I do have something you know, here to show you. But the idea is to allow for art to be inserted into a controller. So this is my, I've kind of resisted doing stacked acrylic for some time. I think there are some issues with it that I'm not the biggest fan of, but at this point I think it is definitely the best way to handle artwork in a case. And so this is going to be a nice design for people because it'll have this bumper around the side for impact resistance. The risk of getting it cracked is going to be pretty low, and I'm hoping that you'll have a nice wide space here for artwork. That's about all that I can share about this one right now, but more insights on this in the future. And you know, I think that's all that I wanted to show you today. So thank you very much, and I don't know, keep gaming or something.